The swear jar is filling up. We had 2 swears on Monday Night Raw last night, as well as Triple Threat Elimination Chamber qualifying matches, AJ Lee's return, and the road to WrestleMania being paved right in front of us. There's so many paths, there's so many stories. Which way will we go? We don't know, but we know where it leads. WrestleMania, April, Las Vegas, night 1, night 2, Monday Night Raw last night, 2 weeks away from Elimination Chamber. Let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw took place from Cleveland, Ohio last night. Jake Paul, merch link in bio. Y'all probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but Cleveland, Ohio, the hometown of the Vision's Logan Paul. I'm expecting decency, I'm expecting storylines to be continued. We get just that though, because the show kicks off with CM Punk returning, but who's by his side? Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it tonight. AJ Lee makes her return and she's by her side with CM Punk. Oh my gosh, Becky Lynch is furious. Why are you back? Why are you here? Why can't I get rid of you? We all thought AJ Lee was gonna get a return in the Royal Rumble. At least I did. I had her returning number 2 with Becky Lynch number 1. We still got the scenario played out in some fashion, but it's not at the Royal Rumble. It's kicking off Monday Night Raw. And boy, Becky Lynch, it's not just her saying she's the greatest of all time. Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, the whole world is saying it, and she proved that last night. AJ Lee, to me, I don't know, she might have some ring rust, but her promo work, her mic work, that has some rust. Can you have mic rust? Is that possible? Can you have crowd rust? It's not bad. It's not bad by any means, but I don't know. It's just two different playing fields. Becky's playing with the crowd. AJ Lee's trying to get something. The crowd is with AJ Lee for nostalgia, but her character work, her mic work, you could really tell the difference when she's going one-on-one with Becky Lynch. I hope it improves because we know how good AJ Lee is on the mic. Becky Lynch wants AJ Lee gone so bad. She's like, what is it gonna take? Do I need to give you a match? AJ Lee doesn't even know what she did to Becky, but then she's like, oh yeah, I'm up 3-0 on you. War Games, WrestlePalooza, and I lost your Intercontinental Championship? What do I even want to fight you for? But AJ Lee gaslights Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is going crazy. She's seething. This is what I'm saying. Becky Lynch, she's great. She's great. She's great. I'm buying into this feud just because of Becky Lynch. AJ Lee ends up gaslighting Becky Lynch into a match in her hometown. Is AJ Lee from Chicago? Or is that her character hometown because she's married to CM Punk? Huh? I thought she was from New Jersey. But AJ Lee vs. Becky Lynch is happening at the Elimination Chamber? Huh. I thought this was a WrestleMania caliber match. Why is this happening at the Elimination Chamber? CM Punk has a match at Elimination Chamber. AJ Lee has a match at Elimination Chamber. To me, it seems like they're just trying to put butts in the seats. Why? Is something gonna happen? There's definitely more to be told in this story. What is gonna be told? I don't know. Where do we go from here? I don't know. But AJ Lee, please bring your A game next week because this week, Becky Lynch, 4 letters, 1 word, play my music. Usos, Jimmy and Jay, the Raw Tag Teams champions, taking on Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa. Boy, Otis and Tozawa are over, and they're consistently over. I recently seen a statement saying comedy doesn't sell out arenas. Comedy acts, nobody comes to see comedy acts, but the crowd is always behind Otis and Tozawa. I don't know if anybody specifically comes to see them, but when they're out there, they're not disappointed, and they had a big match last night against one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the Usos. Jimmy and Jay, the Raw Tag Team champions, recently reconnected. It was a clean, respectful match. The match started with a handshake, and then they went out to have a competitive tag team wrestling. My problem with all this? Why is Jey Uso having a competitive false finish match with Alpha Academy for the tag team championships? I get it. He's back in the tag team division for now. Sure. But wasn't this the man who was just submitting Gunther? Wasn't this the man who was just your world heavyweight champion? Wasn't this the man who just eliminated John Cena from the Royal Rumble? Holy moly, a lot can change in a year, and now he's back in the tag team division. Long story short, the Usos ended up beating Alpha Academy in a decent match. This was a very good match. Like I said, it just leaves me a little confused with Jey Uso because what is happening? There's no way that there's just strictly the tag team champions. Boom, we're gonna have the tag team championship match at WrestleMania. There's no way. This has to be deeper. This is the bloodline after all. Come on. Roman Reigns is back in the main event. The Usos are back to being the tag team champions. Something has to be happening. Something is cooking. I'm willing to bet my money on it. This is deeper. Remember all those promos with Roman and Jay? Maybe Jey Uso. Maybe we get a Jey Uso heel turn out of all of this. Maybe his brother. Maybe he ends up getting sick of his brother. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to cope with the fact that Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso were the tag team champions after Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso went their separate ways. Dirty, dirty Dom. Dirty, dirty Dom. Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the Intercontinental Mega Triple H champion, comes out. Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, they're cooking. Everything is cooking with them, especially Liv Morgan. So she has improved drastically, and you can very much so tell the difference from pre-injury and post-injury. In pre-injury, she was still a star, but post-injury, she's cooking on a whole nother level. Her promo, her ability to capture a crowd, keep them reeled in, have them react to the smallest little thing. Liv Morgan, she's a demon, and I'm so excited that the spotlight, the road to WrestleMania, it is carved out specifically for her this year. Premier comes out and she wants all the smoke. She basically begs Liv Morgan to choose her at WrestleMania. Liv Morgan says, why would I choose you? My options are open. You want me to choose you this quick. This is what you want. Blah, 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 blah. Stephanie McCarry. She speaks Spanish. Liv Morgan, bitch, I'm white. Fuck. Dirty, dirty Dom. Dirty Dom gets at Stephanie McCarry in Spanish. Oh my gosh. Stephanie McCarry calls him a bitch. Stephanie McCarry, you just bitch Dominic Mysterio. Dominic, are you gonna let that happen? Dominic. Liv Morgan and Steph really sold me on their match leading into WrestleMania if this is the route Liv Morgan chooses. I think it makes the most sense. Liv Morgan is a Raw superstar. Her versus Jade Cargill, it could work, but I see other stories developing on SmackDown that could take that spot. Her versus Stephanie McCarry, that's money if you ask me. I think that'll be a good in-ring match. I think they'll be able to tell a story in and out of the ring. Dominic Mysterio, how does your cheek feel because she left an imprint the size of her hand? Just place there. You call me a puta? She's my brutality. Rhea Ripley versus Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile in a triple threat women's elimination chamber qualifying match. My problem with this match is, yes, it's nice to see Rhea Ripley on a weekly basis. Yes, it's nice to see her do some in-ring work, even if she looked out of place at times in this match. But she's your women's tag team champion with Io Sky. What? Your two biggest women's stars are tag team champions, and yet you have them fighting to try to get into the elimination chamber? Bro, you could have easily put the tag team championships in the elimination chamber, or you could just start building up the tag team championships. Like I said, your two biggest stars. A story to develop with them involved, it's not that hard. It is not that hard, WWE. What are we doing? Rhea Ripley does not need to be in this elimination chamber. But guess what? She is, because she won. On paper, of course Rhea Ripley is going to win. She dominates those two any day of the week. But this is in the ring. It doesn't have to be on paper. Lyra Valkyria especially, she is so special. Why can't she be in the elimination chamber? And Ivy Nile, she did not look bad herself last night. Ivy Nile and Lyra Valkyria, they were cooking. Ivy Nile was doing moves I've never seen her do before. Ivy Nile has been here for a long time, and nothing has really happened for her career besides the Alpha Academy. Maybe Ivy Nile deserves these spots. Let her get a little push. Separate her. Maybe a superstar shakeup. Separate the women's division a little bit. Put her on SmackDown. Julia, Chelsea Green, the women's United States champion, they need new opponents. Shuffle up the Raw and SmackDown's women's rosters. They've been the same for a while, WWE. When are we going to do another draft? There were points in time throughout this match you thought all three women were going to take away the win. That's not what happened. Rhea Ripley ended up stealing the win. First of all, you have Rhea Ripley in this match. She should already technically dominate. And then she comes in and steals the win. She steals the win? What? WWE, what is this? What is this? I'm not usually one to complain. I'm never one to complain. I accept it. I get entertained. I was entertained from it. But the handling of one of your biggest stars, it just slightly confuses me. Slightly. The handling of your championships. The tag team... CM Punk, he's scheduled with the one-on-one interview with Michael Cole. Dun, dun, dun. So we thought Finn Balor is in the ring, and Finn Balor, I like this new version of Finn Balor. It sucks because we know he's not going to win. We know he's not going to win. Why, WWE? Why does Finn Balor always play us in these matches? It happened before. Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, the match he mentioned in his promo last night when Roman Reigns used the ropes to break. Finn Balor wants to smoke with Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He's not backing down. Even if the members of his own family, the Judgment Day, they don't fully believe him. Dirty Dom. Adam Pearce has to come out grab blocking. What do you mean this is not how we do business, Adam? What do you mean? I bet you if it was Braun Breaker, you would have made this match ASAP. And CM Punk, he's on 10. CM Punk, he's with the shits to the max. Balor is now on the announce table. CM Punk tells Finn Balor, you want a match? You have it. You want a match? You have it. Adam Pearce shaking in his boots. Please don't make me make a mistake. Please. This is the WrestleMania main event we're talking about. Please. Adam Pearce, shut up, bitch. Adam Pearce, CM Punk, Finn Balor. This feud, oh my gosh, this feud is doing more for me than I thought it would. Finn Balor versus CM Punk. Like I said, it just sucks that we know Finn Balor is not gonna beat CM Punk. CM Punk is heading into the biggest match of his life against Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. How crazy would it be though if WWE, nobody's expecting it, puts the belt on Finn Balor heading into WrestleMania? We know Triple H is getting that smoke. We know he's getting that heat because of his indecisiveness. Many compare him to Vince, but what if he did something like this? What does Finn Balor's story look like leading into WrestleMania? What does his story with the Judgment Day look like? I don't know. But afterwards, after they got that match settled out, CM Punk gave Michael Cole his interview. And CM Punk cut one of his best promos I've seen since the pipe bomb, since his AEW days. This man, CM Punk, was locked in. He was invested. He not only had one story to tell, but he had two. He was simultaneously connecting the story of Roman Reigns and Finn Balor. Yes, they're their separate entities. Yes, they're going to be their separate matches. But he tied them in together. I am a fighting champion. I will die blood, sweat, and tears in this ring. I'm CM Punk. You cannot fuck with me. You wanted Finn Balor? I got you. You wanted Roman Reigns? I got you. CM Punk is taking it up to another level. That big man event, that biggest match of his career, his counterpart, his tag team partner, his dance partner, nobody knows where he is. He's not there. He won't be there every week. Roman Reigns isn't there, so CM Punk is going to have to sell, build, hype up this story by himself. And I think he's fully locked into it. His first ever night 2 main event of WrestleMania, one-on-one with the Tribal Chief. Better step up your game. We got this interesting promo of the Vision and Adam Pearce backstage, like we do every week. But it wasn't just fucking around and finding out. Yes, that was mentioned. Of course it was. It's Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce. Is that going to be a WrestleMania match? Can we please get Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce? I'm tired of this tension. I'm tired of you going back and forth, fucking around and finding out. Somebody get fucked. Somebody do something. Put on the fucking tights. WrestleMania, it's right there. Wrestle. Logan Paul got in Adam Pearce's face after Paul Heyman subtly accepted defeat. He was like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I guess we're doing the fucking. I guess we're finding out. And I just found out. I seen a post and it said, Logan Paul is very interesting when he's not being Logan. And that is what it seemed like. That wasn't the normal Logan. Yes, I'm the most popular superstar ever. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh, we don't give a fuck. You've been saying that for 5 years. Logan Paul, he seemed very serious. He seemed like a leader. If we do get involved in this match, what are you going to do? All up close to Adam Pearce's face. What are you going to do? Huh? You're not gonna do shit. You're not gonna do anything. With this direction of Logan Paul, his WrestleMania options might be even more open than I thought. I originally had him going against Brock Lesnar, but that match, probably nowhere in the cards. So Logan Paul, where do you lead? I thought you were the man under the mask. That question was also answered tonight as well. So Logan Paul, the door is open. Where do you go? Where does your WrestleMania road lead to? Oh my God, Natty versus Maxine Dupri's. It was a match advertised for a couple weeks. But Natty, before the match, the low-key legend, she makes me laugh because it's just something that I'm not used to. We've had the same copy and paste Natalia for years. Her music starts off the same, but then it changes. It is a pretty good theme song, I might add. But her presentation, the way she's just like staring into the camera, it makes me laugh. It's just not something I'm used to. And her render, her match graphic, why does that shit look like something that's out of 2K? When you try to add a custom render to one of your cars, it's just too big. It doesn't look original. That's what her match card looks like. That's what her render looks like. Natty, it's okay. When that bell rings though, Natty stepped into a different animal. Natty was really trying to rip Maxine's head off. I thought Maxine was gonna go quick for it. She tried to get the ankle lock, but Natty said, no, bitch. She took her out of the ring and she started killing her. Natty tried to kill Maxine Dupri. She had her on the announce table. Sharpshooter and all, threw her over. Natty, slow down, stop. Let's light it up tonight. AJ Lee is back out and she makes a save for Maxine Dupri. Huh? What? Why? Yes, she helped her win the championship, but are we gonna get AJ Lee versus Natty? AJ Lee did mention Becky Lynch. She hasn't had a one-on-one match in years. So is AJ Lee versus Natty a match that's in the works? Just maybe something calm, maybe on a Raw. It works, it helps because Natty, she is that ring general. She is that veteran. She can guide AJ Lee to a safe match, help her work off some of that ring rust before a very big match against Becky Lynch at Elimination Chamber. Or are we gonna go the tag team route? Because Becky Lynch came out and she threw AJ Lee against the ring post. So maybe we get Becky and Natty versus AJ and Maxine. I can see it, but stop putting AJ Lee in these tag team matches. Let her cook. See, Javon Evans with a surprise tag team partner. Who is it? Ole! 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 The original El Grande Americano is back. Boy, they're gonna stretch the hell out of this Americano feud. You have them taking on Rio Red, Bravo Blue, the imposter El Grande Americanos, little henchman. That boy Javon Evans makes everything look easy. He's just out there aura farming, bouncing around, posing, bouncing. Oh my gosh, Javon Evans. I hype Javon Evans up every single week. I'm not wrong too. Evans from the heavens. Javon Evans took the RKO out of nowhere to different heights. Literally, Javon Evans hit an insane diamond cutter, OG cutter, in air off the top rope. Bravo Blue was going for her dive. Javon Evans intercepted it mid-air in what was already a fast-paced, high-action matchup. Javon Evans just caught a body. Boom! Javon and OG, they get the win, of course. We know the battle of the great Americans is happening. But when, where, how? Bro, hurry up. I want OG Chad Gable back. You have the imposter as a heel in Mexico. You have the OG as a face in America. Bro, there's too many parts to this. What is going to happen? Because if Chad Gable is the one under the mask after WrestleMania, after Elimination Chamber, I'm going to have a problem. The main event. It was another Elimination Chamber qualifying match. You had Austin, Taliban Theory. Why does he dress like that? Taking on Slim Jim. Yeah, taking on Pentakin. Oh my gosh, all three of these men were ultra ego last night. Sheesh, but this was our main event qualifying match. I genuinely did not know who was gonna win. All men had a claim, a right to be in the Elimination Chamber, and I can see all of them being it. The match, it went that way as well because it was told no man really had the upper hand. All men are fighting to be on top and stay on top and eventually get that 1, 2, 3. You had Penta flying around, you had Austin Theory playing the heel, and you had LA Knight just being the face who doesn't care. He's trying to get his win by any means necessary. Guess who comes out? The Vision. Adam Pearce fucked around and found out. Logan Paul, that threat, it was a serious threat because of what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, buddy? I'm out here right now. What are you gonna do? I'm out here, Adam, come stop me, Adam, I'm looking at Adam. Come stop me, Adam, come stop me. Come stop me, Adam, I'm here. We're here. This is a triple threat match. Why does distracting the ref matter? It's a triple threat match. There's no rules, so what does it really matter? Anyways, Austin Theory's back on top. The Vision are now gone. I thought my boy Austin Theory had this one. The Masked Man, Solo Sikoa variant comes out and he takes out Austin Theory. My theory, no Austin, was Logan Paul. But Logan Paul's right there. Logan Paul's chasing him out of the arena. This can't be Logan Paul unless Logan Paul did catch up to him pretty fast. Maybe it's a ruse. Maybe it's a ploy. Maybe Logan Paul is playing the long game. Maybe there's more to this than I know, than you know, than any of us know. Who could it be? They keep pretending to be Seth Rollins. Is it eventually gonna be Seth Rollins? Are we just seeing placeholders until Seth Rollins is fully healthy, until he can make his return? Braun Breaker is out now as well. So the Vision. They don't really have 2020 vision anymore. They're not complete. They're not perfect. They're missing pieces. Where do these stories lead? There's a lot more to tell. There's going to be gaps in time between the stories told. So they have to make something out of it. They have to make it work. All of that madness, the Masked Man costing Austin Theory the match, it resulted in LA Knight getting the win. Yeah, LA Knight is going to Elimination Chamber. LA Knight qualifies. LA Knight will join Randy Orton. Next week, we have a match of Gunther, Javon Evans, and Dominic Mysterio. Shit. Holy moly, this match is going to be incredible. And it's all for a chance inside the Elimination Chamber. We know Obafemi's coming. He had a crazy vignette shown. What is happening? The road to WrestleMania. Like I keep saying, there's so many pieces to put into play. Will they all fit on the board? Or will there be fans complaining? This story was right here. Why isn't getting it shine? This wasn't a crazy top tier Raw by any moment, but it kept the story safe. It provided the context we need. We see the Elimination Chamber being filled out. We see the women's division getting shaken up with the return of AJ Lee. We see CM Punk turning into something we haven't seen in a while. He has his sights set on Roman Reigns, but now he has Finn Balor to worry about. Also, because we are on the road to WrestleMania, and what is better to have on the road to WrestleMania than questions? So many questions to be asked, so many answers still needed. How are these scenarios going to play out? Is Liv Morgan gonna choose Stephanie Vicaire? Is Liv Morgan gonna choose Jade Cargill? Raquel Rodriguez, I've been a big fan of this Judgment Day imploding theory. She wasn't even on the show last night. So it's like you're showing us some stuff, but you're not providing us anything. Obafemi, like I said, he only had that vignette. He wasn't on the show. Come on, Triple McMahon, what is going on? You know, what did you guys think of Raw? Were you happy? Were you entertained? Do you have any problems with it? How do you feel so far on this road to WrestleMania? How do you feel on this pathway to Elimination Chamber? Who do you think is under the mask? My theory of Logan Paul, clearly it didn't weigh out. So who do you think it is? Is it Seth Rollins? Is it Braun Breaker? Probably not. Probably not. But we won't know until that mask comes off. As we continue along this road to WrestleMania, I ask you guys to join me. Hop in the car, leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscription. I'll be here. Will you? OGDG.